right, is the Sidecar holster the most modular holster on the market? Well, there isn't a super good answer for that, but when we updated the Sidecar this year, modularity was something that we wanted to include. We wanted to give people the option of being able to use a wide assortment of attachments. So what we have right here, go ahead and clear this 416 out, is we have a holster that utilizes what we call the spine system. We have all these little teeths right here. They're chopped out of the holster with a very specific spacing. And then we manufacture these attachments, ended up slotting in just like so. So you can take standard pistol magazine. This is the standard configuration that you will find with the older Sidecars and other companies' Sidecar style holsters. Or, one of my favorites, you can attach this little clip right here, and now you can just run a holster on its own appendix with 2 clips for stability. Or you can move it to 4 o'clock and then run your jacket, you know, do all that cool stuff, a suit, you know, be John Wick and all that cool stuff. Pop this little claw off, and then you have a nice little dedicated 4 o'clock holster. Or tourniquet, or my favorite, suppressor holder, but we won't talk about that. This is actually what I'm carrying right now. This is my main setup right here, is pistol, Glock 19 with a tourniquet holder, and I have a cat tourniquet ready to go. And we've already had a bunch of people write into us, and I've had DMs from people saying that they have used tourniquets from these carriers to save people's lives. And honestly, that's one of the coolest stories that we get from our customers are people who use medical gear that we have, you know, provided to them, or the means to be able to use that medical gear, carry that medical gear a little more effectively. So those are my favorite stories by far. So tourniquet holder, holster, good to go, and we're done. Now this is a custom-made holster, and that is subject to lead time. And the lead time is going to be subject to supply and demand. So typically the way it works in our company is we will hire on some people because we've had a ton of orders, because our lead time goes to a couple weeks, you know, 3 weeks, whatever it is. So we'll bring on a bunch of employees. The lead time will get chopped down to a day, you know, 1 to 3 days, whatever it is. Then the orders go up again, you know, after a little bit. The lead time goes up, we go and hire more people, lead time comes back down. It's a vicious cycle, but it's also an awesome one, because these are made in America. We have around 30 people that are working on the production line, in assembly, production, development, fit testing, and then shipping. So if you're interested in an American-made product that is super modular, we also have open sourced the spine design, the teeth design, so that other companies out there can make cool accessories, such as knife sheaths and, you know, maybe a flashbang holder, C4 block. I don't know why someone would want to do that, but all sorts of different accessories you can actually add on. So what I want to do, so I was just running a Sidecar for this Glock 19 with the Rifleman Carrier. More on that later. We're going to go ahead and shoot this standard that I've been working on, 50 round standard, and we are going to be using the standard configuration that is most often used. Man, it's really pouring out here. This is a Glock 19 with a TLR7 Alpha. I highly recommend the slide. It's what I use, what I carry. I absolutely love it. Not the old TLR7 though, don't do that. And then I have a Glock 17 magazine with an extended base pad, help kind of fill your grip on the reload. And we're going to go ahead and shoot the standard real quick and kind of see what's going on, what times we can put down with this holster from the appendix carry position, which really is the optimal position for this holster, even though you can wear it in other positions with just the little clip, 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, you know, stuff like that. So let's go ahead and do that. So this holster, the way this works, I have a little tip for some of you guys. If you are carrying appendix and you're like, man, it's really uncomfortable, blah, 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 I highly recommend you position the slide of the pistol center with your body. Use your belly button as a reference, because your belly button is, generally speaking, very center of your body. And that's going to prevent the light, your X300, your TLR1, or your whatever, from sitting over your leg. So when you sit down or you drive, it's just smashing right into your leg. So a pistol is center. It also is, very nice for when you're going to actually draw the pistol. Like, okay, it's center with my body. It's not way over here where I'd have to swipe my jacket even more to get to it. So that's what I'm doing right there, like so. I'm going to move this recorder over to this pocket now. And then I'll grab my ammos and let's go shoot this. So we have 3 USPSA targets spaced 5 yards apart. More on this in the future. This is a little something that I've been working on for a little bit. And we're going to start check the brightness, a little bit of rain. That's okay. First timed instance is going to be from compressed ready with a single headshot. Single headshot. Good follow through, back on the wall. That was in a .61. From the draw, facing the target. Kind of overshot the target, but then I brought the gun back in. A 129. 90-degree turn from the draw. All 3 shots are in, and that's in a 145. So now we'll go to the 7, and for this is a 180-degree turn. I like doing a turn in this particular case because it prevents me from getting into that perfect recoil management, that perfect fighting stance, you know, ready to go like you're you're one of those fighters in one of those like fighting games. Forcing a 180 means when I turn to present myself to this target, I could be in any position as I'm taking these shots. So it's more about getting the hits on the target, and it's less about gaming my position, you know, getting all the rocks out from under my feet and getting all planted and set, or having my little arms ready to go, T.REX style, to then draw the pistol really fast like you saw people doing back in 2015. And yes, I'm guilty of that too. 180-degree turn, 5 rounds into the A zone. Let's do this. Woohoo, yeah! 1 Charlie, not bad, not bad. So holster up, now we'll go to the 10. We're gonna top off for this. We need 10 rounds in the gun. This is gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4. Not horrible. Now we're gonna set up for a 5 reload 5. So 4 in the mag, 1 in the gun. And then I have my extended 17 round mag with a +2, ready to go. These draws are not lickety split fast, but that's okay. That was in a 4.16. That's actually not bad for this. I'll shoot it in a sub 4 with a rifle. This is all handgun though, so not bad. So 5 on him, reload, 5 on him. He's got this jacket, just a lot going on. Stand by. Ah, shirt. All right, that was in a 6.46. Not bad. Now we're going back to the 25. And what this is, and I know some of you guys would be like, wow, 25 yards for a handgun, that's really far. It's not bad. That's kind of the distance that I really do think people should be training at. It does separate the men from the boys when it comes to pistol shooting, whether you like it or not. Get rid of you. 15 round mag, we're gonna need 12 for this. From this stick, it's a 10-yard movement. 2 rounds on each, move to that stick, 2 rounds on that one. I'm gonna have to really watch my dot, let it settle, make sure I'm good to go. See what happens. Stand by. All right, not bad, not super horrible either, and an 11.17. However, I do have a couple deltas over there. I can already tell. I'm gonna grab a 15 round mag, and now we're gonna run the last iteration, which is from the 25. I'm gonna step around my 4.16 there. I'm gonna walk and shoot the 1, 2, 3, 4 again, but this time all in the move. Moving towards the 5, 1 in the center, 2 on the left, 3 on the right, 4 in the center. I think I do this in around 6 seconds, roughly, like a carbine. Let's see what happens. All right, so not bad. And it's 693, not horrible. But this is the make it or break it. So what you do is you take all your time. This is how this is going to work. We're more on this later on the standards page of our website. You're going to take all the times from this drill. Your compressed ready, your low ready, your turns, your stack to static, your shooting on the move, your forced reload. You add all that up. You add all the score from all 3 targets, and you divide your score by your time, which will give you your hit factor. It's basically going to tell you if you suck or not. So what I have here, I can already tell I kind of suck. I have 3 deltas, so those are 1 point. 2 Charlies, or 3 Charlies, which are 3 points. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 alphas. So it looks like I don't have any off paper. Yes, that's correct. And then, I think it is. These are my headshots at the beginning at the 5 yard. Compressed ready, draw, 90 degree. Delta. That looks like a double there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That looks like one too, but I don't think it is. So we have 4 Charlies, or 5 Charlies if that's a double, 1 Delta, the rest are alphas. My headshots are good to go. So what I would do, and I'm not like, I'm doing this for the video, I'll have all my stats when I look back at this. I would normally be writing all this down, scribbling it. That's a Charlie, even though I do like neck shots, I think they're pretty awesome. Charlie, 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 4 Charlies, and all A's. Not horrible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think 13 is correct. I'd have to check my, yeah, it is, because I only add an extra 2 rounds to this. With the, yeah, so we're all good. So no mics. Awesome, that's good. That's actually not bad. I'm guessing the hit factor with those times in the 5.8, 6 range, just from shooting this standard a lot. I could be wrong though. I'll have to check the data and look at everything. So that's with the Sidecar in the most common configuration, at least the most common based on tradition. Pistol magazine, Glock 19, you know, or your gun, whatever. Now, why do we use Glocks so much? As you can see, Glocks everywhere. Well, they just work. You know what Glocks are? Glocks are the Hilux of the gun world. They're the Toyota of the gun world. They are not the fastest pistol. They're not the most comfortable pistol. They're not the cheapest pistol. They're not a High Point, for example. But they do everything really well. They're the race car in the video game that's right in the middle. It's not, you know, unbalanced in one way or another. And all the cool people are using Glocks. How do we know this? We make the holsters for them. So all the dudes at the top, they're not running 226s, they're not running 2011s, they're not running weird custom Wazoo guns. They're running Glocks. They're still running Glock 19s, Glock 17s. Most of them have swapped to 9mm. I don't believe anyone else at the top is running 40 anymore. That was a thing from like 2010 and stuff like that. But Glocks are the gun. So the next configuration, and this is what really sets the new Sidecar apart from the older ones, is the ability to take your holster, in this case Glock X300 right hand, and every single one will come with this clip right here. The ability to slap this clip on there and be able to use this holster at 4 o'clock. So again, with your suit, your John Wick stuff, you know, your whatever. I do want to demo real quick how this works. Retention washer slots into one of these teeths on the spine. There's an included metal rod of the appropriate length of that holster, which in this case will be this one. Yep, included once again. Oh crap. You're gonna slot that in, and there you go. Then you just pull that pin right out, punch it through with like a Phillips screwdriver, add your rifle magazine for your low vis, non-promiscuous operations, and then you're good to go. So let's go ahead and run the 4 o'clock. Now I don't use 4 o'clock a whole lot, it's just absolutely waterlogged, but we're gonna see what kind of work we can put in with this 4 o'clock holster right here. Now I do recommend that you, that you remove, and this is, again, you can try this out and see if you disagree or if you like it, remove the claw off the front of your holster. This is gonna make it a lot easier to stick this in your pants, which is kind of a big deal when you're trying to go 4 o'clock. So, 4 o'clock holster, loosen the belt, get past my shirt, my jacket, clip, clip, clip. Oh my. And some of you all will notice this is not exactly a Glock. It is. It's not exactly, but this is the Shadow Systems MR, whatever it's called. I can't remember. Kind of playing with it a little bit. And no, I don't have an opinion because I've only shot like maybe 800 rounds total. But it is kind of a cool pistol for what it is. But again, basically a Glock. Fits Glock holsters, Glock magazines, all that good stuff. So from the 4 o'clock, this is not going to be incredible because I don't train from 4 o'clock a lot. But again, with training, you can get pretty fast. It also kind of depends on what you're wearing. We're just going to do a real simple 5 rounds on the target from here. Actually, we'll go to here, and we'll see what happens. Absolutely horrible draw. Was in a 245, first shot in a 168. Okay. Do it again. I was a little too stiff on that one. I was just like, ugh. And there's my group. I had a Charlie on that one. That was a little bit better. It's a 138. Now let's do a single shot draw on the head here at 5. So kind of going back to my shooting standard that we were doing earlier. Solid shot. The marksmanship's been pretty good today. And that is in the A box. But again, this is not going to be as fast because I don't train with it as much as a standard appendix carry holster like in the traditional configuration I was using. That's a 156. The time standard for something like this needs to be about 1 second. About 1 second, 1.1, somewhere in there for this to work. Let's do the, let's actually go back. Let's shoot the movement on the move, just straight to the front, 10 rounds. Go ahead and throw this extended clip magazine into the gun. And we're just gonna burn 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna see what happens. Stand by. Oh, I dragged so many rounds. Dragged 2 right here. Dreadful. Alphas on him. Not bad. Actually transitioned onto him quite nicely. And then this guy, looks like we're set. Yep, 3 A's. Not bad, all on the move from the 4 o'clock position. So, not bad. Pretty cool, actually. I don't know how many of you guys are carrying 4 o'clock. It's not that trendy anymore. Appendix carry is what's in, but you can do it with the new Sidecar. Now, do we make the Sidecar for other guns? Because obviously we really like Glocks. The answer is yes, we do. We even make it for baby Glocks, such as this 48 right here. Pretty cool little blaster. This one's decked out with the TLR7 sub, the new Trigicon RMR CC, and with the Shield Arms magazines will give you a 15+1 capacity. Now, is this a Glock 19 killer? Absolutely not. It's a smaller gun, there's less mass, it's more snappy, there's more recoil, and the magwell itself is tiny. So when it comes to doing reloads, it's gonna be a little slower. You're gonna need a little bit more finesse compared to a Glock 19 that has a much larger magazine well. If I could shoot a pistol that would have a massive magazine well, it was absolutely huge, and I could literally just slam the mag up in there, that'd be a pretty fast pistol, which is why the guys who are shooting really fast pistols like to put mag wells on their guns. So the smaller the mag well, the more finesse you're gonna have to apply, more time, all that good stuff. But let's go ahead and let's do some vehicle bay lap drills. Let's actually work, because that's fairly realistic, getting out of a car, defeating a seat belt, drawing the pistol, shooting a couple targets. Granted, there's a lot of people who say vehicle drills are dumb because you're already dead if you're drawing from inside the car, and so that kind of becomes a thing, and lots of discussion there. But I do think it's important to train to some extent, know how to get out of a car quickly with a handgun in hand, pop the seat belt. I don't think it needs to be super tactical. We're just going to see what happens. So good. So let us. We have a couple targets that are close. Just gonna move this guy slightly. And then hop into my Forerunner. Well, it's gonna be lovely. I'm gonna have to move the quarter to the front. Seat belt, time box, stand by. Alrighty, so what we have going on here is I started shooting as soon as I opened the window and had a little bit of available space. 2 alphas, 2 Charlies. I don't have a Sharpie to mark these, or a paste gun. Paste gun, be really nice to paste these up. 3 alphas, 1 Charlie here. The targets are pretty close, but the big part is, getting out of the gun somewhat quickly and being able to go to work. And that was in a total time of a 475. if the timer is correct. Not horrible. With my Glock 19 with a TLR7, do a tac mag at the end. I love doing tac mags just because it, you know, forces good habits, creates good habits. Thanks, Josh. And that's important. So let's go ahead and run it again. And actually, we're gonna run it with this pistola right here. It's my carry gun. This is gonna be splendid. It's gonna be great. Again, seat belt, because kind of a big deal. And we'll see what happens. Timer. Stand by. Ah. Ah, magazine. Alrighty. Kind of got hung up there on the seatbelt a little bit, which is a good reason. There's a lot of discussion on, oh, do you have the seatbelt behind the gun, in front of the gun, et cetera, et cetera. But let's go ahead and check the hits. So through the windshield of my 4Runner, I've got some pretty solid shots, a little slow on the draw, probably already died. And once again here, could have held a little lower. That was with my Winchester 147 grain hollow point ammunition, hence why I swapped to my carry gun, because, you know, I wanted to see what my, you know, defense ammo will do, puncturing through my windshield. And if we look at the windshield over here, we can see all alpha hits through. Nice little transition there. And actually went pretty well. The draw, though, absolutely sucked. So another reason why it's important to practice a little bit here and there with some of the draw. Oh, this is fascinating. Some copper jacket inside of the vehicle. Very interesting. All right, we'll swap out this gun. Put that dechamber. And now let's go talk about subguns and the sidecar. So what we have over here is we have an Mp5, which we're going to be using a little bit. Now, I know you guys are wondering, why on earth would anyone use a Rifleman Carrier or a submachine gun carrier, appendix, low vis, concealed, all that good stuff? Well, if you don't need it, and it's not something that, you know, you have a use for, don't buy it. Very simple concept. Same goes for our cuff carrier. If you absolutely don't need handcuffs to be detaining people as a citizen, law enforcement officer, or military, I know some military guys are using cuffs now instead of flex cuffs. If you're not needing this, don't buy it. All you need to buy is the holster, the pistol mag carrier, maybe the tourniquet holder, but you're not gonna need this sucker. Rifle mag carrier, same goes for that. Submachine gun carrier. If you don't have an Mp5, you don't have an Mp5 SD, a Scorpion, a Crank, I know a PCC. I know everyone's making PCCs nowadays for whatever reason, even though they're dumb. At least a 16-inch. There's no reason you can do a 16-inch PCC when you can do a 16-inch 5.56 for like practical reasons, but whatever. If you don't have a type of gun like that, don't buy it. But I so happen to own a variety of submachine guns. So I'm a submachine gun enjoyer. So I enjoy having a way of having that extra magazine accessible to me. The other cool thing with our magazine carriers, the rifle specifically, rifle and the submachine gun, not pistol, is they are ambidextrous, which with this particular magazine, having it curved up into my stomach, not great, curved away, a little bit more comfortable. So that's what we're going to be doing. And we will go ahead and run the Shadow Pistola again. I'm going to ditch the X300 because this is a standard non-light holster. The other cool thing with the Sidecar is we do not charge extra money for light compatible. You are either going to be, you know, you're paying the same for light or non-light. So, you know, we're not going to make people pay extra money for having a weapon light. So we highly recommend having a weapon light. In this case, I'm going against everything I recommend. Going against everything, every reason why I exist. Ditch the jacket. And now, for the fun part. And this is going to be the big question. Because you guys are going to be like, well, if you have this, you know, 30-round Mp5 mag, isn't it super uncomfortable doing things? And the answer is, it's a little uncomfortable, but it's really not that bad. So, Mp5. I need to generate an empty. We'll start with a little 20. we will shoot this VTAC barrier to demonstrate the comfort or lack thereof of having a submachine gun magazine in your waistband. So we're going to shoot the steel right here. It's just going to be simple single shot through each port, and then if I have a reload, I'll go ahead and reload from this. But this is what I got right now in my pants, you know, Glock 17 and or Shadow, and a 30-round Mp5 magazine. Oh wow, this is tough. But not impossible. Then the full Mp5 mag, which means will not seat on a closed bolt. I'm done, I'm set. Is it doable? Absolutely, especially if you have a little 20 rounder just like this. Really not a problem. But I know you guys are dying to see a fast Mp5 reload from inside the waistband. Because I mean, where will you find this? You won't find it anywhere else. So let's go ahead and do it. Kind of did it in backwards order. Still pretty fast though. So let's do it again. Pop 3 to throw in there because I don't want to do one round. We'll do still run rounds rearward because that does help quite a bit. Boink, boink, boink. Already chambered. I want to auto. I want recoil. I want accuracy. I want accuracy on this guy. All right. Looks like all A's. Possibly one Charlie. It's on the line. Full auto and semi. Not bad. Time of 5:48. And now, what does it look like to transition to the pistol? You got the Mp5 mag there. You got the submachine gun mag. What does it look like if instead of reloading, because it does take a little bit of time based on, you know, target distance and all that good stuff. Oh, here it is. To do a pistol transition. So let's go ahead and find out. So once again, from right here, we're going to be running the pistol. Every time I don't press check, it ends up the gun isn't chambered, and then I look stupid. Do my whatevers that I'm doing. Come back to the gun, walk to the rear, get them empty, set them on function, stow the pistol, back to the Mp5, strip the magazine, insert, transition again because I'm out, and that's what it looks like. So, if for whatever reason you are looking for a concealable, accessible, high speed, super fast conversation piece of a product, then the submachine gun mag carrier is for you, available for the Sidecar. So that is the Mp5 with a 30-round mag inside the waistband. Probably didn't think you would see that somewhere, but at T.REX Arms, we specialize in weird. We really do. So there's that. But one of my personal favorites, and I have already gotten messages from guys who are using these operationally and it interests them highly, is the Rifleman Carrier. So what we're going to do is I want to show you guys how to disassemble one of these. It's very simple, very straightforward. We have more videos on our website. But basically I'm going to jam the pin, and sometimes you got to work the rubber washer a little bit. See, I moved it a little bit. I was like, ee, and then it pops right out. Rubber washer, a rifle mag carrier, because, you know, I want to be cool. I want more firepower. Then we're going to drop this in there. Would actually be easier to go up through the bottom because you don't hit the rubber washers soon. But I don't work smarter, I just work harder. Or however that saying goes. Sometimes you want a hard object. And the premise basically is the harder it is to get this set up, the harder it's going to be for it to fall apart on you. because that was one thing people were like, oh, the pin's gonna fall out. And it's like, well, no, not with the rubber washer. It's not gonna fall out. It's not gonna be an issue. And we're good to go right there. So for this, I guess same thing. We'll run this pistol, throw the X300 back on. X300 Ultra Bravo. We're good to go on him. And then what I have to decide is, do I want maximum firepower, which would actually be a 40 rounder, or a Surefire 60 or a Surefire 60, or do I want to go for comfort? Nice little 20 rounder, rounds facing, rounds rearward. We'll do a little bit of both. I want to demo that. So exactly the same thing. I want the slide of the pistol, if possible, and even with the wider rifle mag, I can do it. I want the pistol mag to be center with my body as much as possible. That's going to help conceal the grip. I mean, as you can see, I got a rifle mag and a Glock 17 with an X300. I'm a skinny guy. It's not a big problem. I could run around a city that's having a peaceful protest and run around like this, and not a big deal, not a problem. I can still bend down. I can do whatever it is I'm doing. We are going to stow a 30-round magazine for later. This, and come here, you. We're going to run this sucker. I might need to generate an empty. I've got, yeah, so let's just work a little reload from here. So I'm going to pop out. I'm going to be taking all these targets as I see them. When I go dry, I'm going to load my 20. I am rounds rearward. Just want to double check that. Drop kneeling, 2 on each. Again. All right, talked about I talked about if I don't press check, it's going to be empty every time. Yeah, it never fails. Never fails. So now let's see just how fast we will do a one reload, like a one reload 5. We'll see just how fast I can run this mag carrier. This is a 20 rounder, so I have a little less surface area on it as I'm grabbing the magazine. Let's just see what can happen. One reload 4 and a 333. Not bad, not bad. Let's do it again. Four rounds and a 483. With a pistol transition, a reload. It's really not that bad, you know? Oh, I was going to go and put it in my back pocket, but no. I want it right here, right in the front. Not bad, not bad. But we must try it in a weird position. So let us go back to the VTech barrier. I'm going to pull a few rounds. So we're going to do the Mp5 drill that I did earlier. Insert these into the empty. Press check, so no, I'm fine. I've got one in the chamber. And again, I have a 30-round mag, Glock 17, X300, concealed. Pull this out of the car, I'm ready to go. Not bad. I also just noticed, as I was doing that drill, this aim point cap. I just saved myself some money. Probably fell off of you. Yes, it did. Go back on. I literally saw it as I was getting into position there. I think it's that situational awareness people talk about. So as you can see, if you want a bit of firepower, this is one option of what you can do. And then what I like to do when I'm out here is I will simply run, I have a microphone thingy in here, but I'll run my pistol mag in my pocket. I'll have my rifle mag here. So if I have to tack mag my pistol or reload my pistol, I can do that from my pocket. But my high speed, like reload and also securing the magazine to my body, that can be done from the appendix position. Because let's face it, back pocket works. It's not bad, but I can't tell you how many mags I've had come flying out in my back pocket while I'm running a sprint. Especially like a 30 rounder in some of these jeans, it's gone. Like I know super tactical 511 pants have a little pocket right here, but that's not very low vis or gray man. Jeans usually are, and most jeans aren't gonna support a rifle mag very well. So this right here, concealable, accessible, fast, quick, as you all saw over there, is gonna be a better option in general if you're focused on running a rifle mag and a rifle in a somewhat low vis fashion. So, not too bad, but this right here is the Sidecar family of products available on our website. If you have any other questions, you can shoot us an email, but you can run all sorts of different weapons. You can set these holsters up in a lot of different ways. We have also open sourced the teeth spine system. So other companies, we've already had a few people message us, are working on their own attachments that can go onto this. So it is somewhat future-proofed as far as other companies supporting the system. So if you buy a holster and then later on someone releases a flashlight holder or a knife sheath for something you really want to try, or some other form of 4 o'clock clip that is maybe better or something, you'll be able to throw that on there and it won't be a problem at all. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this was enjoyable. Bet you didn't expect that over there. I didn't either. Maybe I did. But I'll see you guys next time.